Hello and welcome back to Ratchet and Clank comic. Now we're on to issue 5, the penultimate one. So let's just jump into it because your attention is becoming super thick. And our cover features Talwyn turning in surprise as Zogg's shadow is cornering her.
He's just standing there.
Menacingly, yes.
This gives me such an old Space Quest villainy vibe, essentially, with his shadow behind her. However, quite noticeable, it seems that my jokes about this being in the DC Comic universe have come to fruition because in the top left is the DC Comics logo.
It's because Flashpoint and the announcement of New 52 happened in between issues. So the Vertigo imprint had to be rebranded in between the releases.
So congratulations, Ratchet and Clank! You two have been dragged into the DC
Omniverse, whatever it's called. After, after Dark Knight's death metal, I don't know anymore.
And all because Barry tried to save his mother. Great job, Barry.
Congratulations, congratulations, Ratchet and Clank. You're in the Detective Comics universe.
That will never stop being funny. Anyway, let's properly get back to Zogg's ship, with him confronting his second in command. You look sallow, my old friend. Is the damage that bad?
The shift spear is as you suspected, irreparable. The bots can find a workaround, but without the Cyranok shard, I'm afraid teleportation will be slightly impossible.
I see. How long will it take to return to our galaxy by conventional space travel? He doesn't want to answer. How long?
13 years, 6 months, and 2 days, depending on traffic.
Zogg takes it well. This is your fault.
Sir?
Your chief warmonger! Vanquishing rebels is exactly the kind of responsibility that falls under your purview. I don't care if you have to require teleportation pad, you just get us home now.
Teleport pads need a sister pad to leap to, and even if we had one, there isn't one on the market capable of sending us that far.
And even if there was one on the market, yeah, good luck getting to that market given how you're in a completely different galaxy.
Anyway, turning page, Zogg continues to take it well. Have you any more good news? Perhaps you'll tell me next when my parents were eaten by wild carnivores in Sinnoh, or maybe an ion storm vaporized the summer camp I spent my childhood in.
No, your mother-in-law's just coming to stay with you for the next year.
No!
I do have some good news, sir. The invaders have retreated. Perhaps they're scouring Veldin for signs of Ratchet and Clank.
This prompts the artist to get really close to Zogg's face for some reason.
Extreme close-up! Wah!
Too close!
Against the camera.
Good. They left front row seats to its destruction. Have we identified our guest yet?
Yes, Mr. President. I used your old Minister of Defense credentials to run her fingerprints through the Polaris Hall of Records.
We're referring to Talwyn, in case you're wondering. Did the young lady surrender her fingerprints?
She maimed 3 of our guards and bit me, sir, but we were in fact in the end successful. Turns out she's the daughter of an old colleague of yours. Incidentally, she's also a rare rat, so I may have to worry about the next full moon.
At least I'm glad that this time around Talwyn actually pulled up a fight before being captured, so there is that.
Off screen, but,
I'll take that.
It's still a fight.
Her name's Apogee.
Well, that is interesting.
Let me guess, you're her secret evil uncle, aren't you?
Well, that's what we'll have to find out when we cut back to. But instead, we jump back to Planet Veldin in the next page with the title of the issue, Multiple Organisms.
It's pretty obvious what you were alluding to with that title.
Nah, Joel, but you just have a dirty mind, clearly.
Yeah, with the series as upbeat sweet as a title of Up Your Arsenal. Of course, they only meant the brightest and most wholesome from that.
Clearly. So, Ratchet and Clank are immersed in snow on the desert planet of Veldin.
Where it all started. Poignant.
Have you gotten through to Qwark yet?
I am scanning every available frequency, but so far there is too much electromagnetic interference.
Can you try again? Have you tried turning it on and off?
Ratchet, I am sure Qwark and Sasha are doing everything they can for Talwyn, but even she would tell you to continue the mission.
That doesn't make me feel any better. What was I thinking?
A lot of oomph, apparently.
What if something bad happens to her?
We will not let that happen, but we must get this comet shard to Qwark. By now, Zogg has tracked the transport vessel, and he will send everything he has.
And unfortunately, what means that is being sent are Zogg's war boss.
I seriously hope Qwark and Zephyr are making progress replicating Zogg's teleporter.
Let's check the next page with a blueprint and an IKEA function. Alright, step 7, align Omniburst Energy Coil D with Lorenz. However,
And look who's back.
we have Big Al to actually refer to, but as we note in the next panel, jumping slightly ahead, he doesn't have any more his bionic, cybernetic implants from Deadlock. I guess he decided to remove that, even though he was kind of fond of them. Not sure what happened here. Rankian Open Galactic Matter Dispersal Ray Q. Stop yelling at me, I'm doing my best. Your best is as good as a quantonium proton burst in an oxygen-free hexaton chamber. I only understood 3 of those words, but I'm fairly certain that was an insult. Good job.
What are those words? Your best is?
What do you need my help for anyway? Don't you have a battalion of Terragnoids out there? They're trying to locate the stolen plans, so the equipment's useless unless we can find them. So the fate of Gazillions relies on Qwark's ability to assemble one of the most complex pieces of machinery in the history of the universe. I'm the Terragnoid over here. What?
Come on, pose from Qwark.
It's like this fucking guy.
Next page.
We see, finally, Zogg confronting Talwyn back on his ship. My apologies for the dismal accommodations. I had a perfectly comfortable suspension chamber in the bridge before your cohorts lay siege to it.
It's no problem. I'm sure the rat hole they toss you into will be far less pleasant.
You know, it's kind of ironic that she calls a rat hole like it's a insult, since she herself is technically
It's
a rat
the
creature.
terminology that is knowledgeable to the reader, in this case, but it would be, far alien in universe, because remember, technically humans are not a thing, because Qwark has only 3 fingers and so on, but we haven't also seen species like that would be common to us, like a rat, so it's just, I guess, you can chalk it up with suspension of disbelief that is a made-up terminology. Ah, that familiar biting sense of humor. You certainly are Max's daughter.
Right. I'm supposed to believe you knew him?
Turns out he actually did. Nice fellow, that Max Apogee. One of those Marquesians who could do anything he set his mind to. And once he set his mind to something, well, there was no stopping him. It was his research on the Lombok secret that led me to the discovery of the Sudinox comet.
Don't associate my father's genius with your insanity.
And now it's time, believe it or not, to finally give an explanation to Angela, even without actually naming drop her, but it's pretty clear. Check this out. Quite noble of you to defend him so passionately. If my father had abandoned me, I don't know how loyal I'd be.
He didn't abandon me.
No, he fled this dimension like a coward, all to save the life of a Lombax he barely knew. He orphaned his only daughter just so Tachyon could kill some worthless space rat. How does that make you feel?
Proud.
Once again, we want to get very close to Zogg's face for some reason. Jesus Christ, his eyebrows. Well, if you find pride in the loss of a loved one, I'm about to do you a favor, because as we speak, my entire fleet is on its way to Veldin to kill Ratchet and Clank TM.
Dun,
This
dun.
causes her pupils to widen.
Clearly, it's a matter of, drama and all. So let's check how that is going, shall we?
So, tell me again how we're supposed to get this thing to Qwark?
We must find a ship.
Oh yeah, Ratchet and Clank plot where we're stranded on a planet and need to quickly hotwire a ship to our uses. Must be a Tuesday. Oh right, that would be relatively simple in a we're going to get ourselves killed sort of way.
And it
Whoa!
gets bounced.
Kablam!
Thankfully, no oomph, but we're close to that, I guess.
You alright, pal?
Perhaps it would be in our best interest to locate a weapon first.
Where are we going to find a weapon out here? Hate to break it to you, pal, but we're lost.
Ratchet?
And of all of the
Well,
Clinky Dink,
that's
they
a
found their
start.
old bunker.
And Ratchet chooses from those weapons a double-sided Omni Wrench.
That's Asimov stuff. He had kept it, after a cracking time ended. So, in case you're wondering what happened to it.
I'm kind of surprised he hasn't used this more often, but given the memories tied to Asimov, he probably wants to keep it mounted, essentially. I guess in a way this can be seen as an extension of Asimov's redemption, now using that weapon to save Veldin, essentially. And Ratchet proceeds to open up a load of electricity, which shocks the robots.
Do you remember, that was one of the gimmicks of Asimov's stuff. It could actually discharge negative energy, I think it's called. Basically, using it as a range projectile. So that's how he killed Ratchet originally, if you remember.
It would be cool if we actually did get to use his staff as a weapon in later games. If I recall correctly, All for One does not include that, for admittedly somewhat
Neither the other games, including Rift Apart.
Missed opportunity, but hey, I guess if you ever wanted to see Ratchet use it, that's what this comic's for. Were you planning on redecorating the place still?
Yes, why?
Ratchet decides to put a dent to that. Okay, it's not oomph, but it gets closer. And we get another full page where Ratchet, using the staff, basically tears the place apart in order to, push away all the warbots.
And now you know why they won't be playing at this place in All for One, essentially.
Well, in general, so far in the games, we still haven't returned to Veldin, outside of your imagining, obviously.
Clank! The comet!
Fortunately, one of the warbots is still alive, technically, or operational, shall we say. So Ratchet still has to defend Clank while he gets that.
Clank! The shelter! Get in!
I am not a comet or a shelter. I'm a robot. Oh, what do we do now?
I was hoping you could tell me. We're really just winging this one, aren't we?
Pretty much. It's a very desperate situation. But not we have to put that on pause again as we cut back to Zogg's ship, as Sasha actually wants to negotiate with him using a very wide-angle face. Jesus.
Be reasonable, Artemis. Return Talwyn Apogee to Polaris authorities and we can begin a dialogue.
During my tenure as Minister of Defense, you and I share similar political beliefs, did we not? Tell me, what was my policy on negotiating with invaders?
The Surinok Shard is no longer in your possession. You're stranded in space, light years away from your so-called galaxy.
I am Miss Apogee.
Yes, and as much as we care for her, we will not jeopardize the planets you stole for the life of a single person. Send her back to us as a sign of goodwill, and we can discuss the terms of your surrender.
However...
Sir! We have him!
Where?
Plateau, trapped in the shelter of his domicile. Our warbots have already surrounded the place.
Artemis, this is your opportunity to end the fighting. That's what a president does, doesn't he? Promote peace.
You say you sacrificed Miss Apogee to stop me? Very well, then I must call your bluff. Fire upon my ship. Show me you have the resolve to do what's necessary, because I will do whatever it takes to return to my constituents.
Artemis, don't be insane.
Boop.
Oh, way too late for that, Sasha.
However, he's still not that pleased with second in command. This is your chance to surprise me with competence. Fail again, and I'll see to it that you spend quality time with our departed Mr. Clink.
Oh dear.
Jesus. Meanwhile, we get an homage to the original Marvel Secret Wars event with the Warbots imposing almost the entire page while Ratchet and Clank are squished teeny tiny at the bottom. Poor fellas.
How's that? A Marvel Secret Wars event reference in an official DC Comics line.
It's a great use of space. Again, I question Adam's art on a lot of the faces, but, just as much there is some clever way of positioning characters, in relation to the panels. So there is that.
Yeah, one way I can tell he's definitely adept with superhero comics. For the most part, the action has been pretty good framed as well. The biggest issue has been the faces, and I'll admit, once you get used to them, yeah, they're clearly not ideal, but I've seen far worse. How long do you think it'll take to cut through the door?
The hat is made of pure raritanium, but I doubt it will last longer than a few minutes.
Well, for now he has to hold the entrance with Asimov staff.
Tell me you have a plan to get us out of here.
I do, but you are not going to like it. Can you please grab that machine behind you?
Yes! I knew you had something up your sleeve. What is this thing anyway? It's been down here for years.
This is a GrumbleNet flux compression generator. It emits a supercharged blast of radiation at a radius of 50 kilocubits.
Holy crap.
Indeed, it is quite a powerful device.
No, I mean, holy crap, I didn't know what this was and almost used it to make pancakes last summer. We really need to start labeling stuff.
Yeah, no shit.
What kind of radiation does it emit? I just don't want my fur to fall out.
Cancer jokes.
Do not worry, it will not affect you at all. It emits electromagnetic radiation.
But you're a robot. Might it,
That's
affect
actually...
you?
Let's see what in the next page if Ratchet agrees with you, Drover.
Wait, an EMP? That's crazy. It'll wipe out everything that ticks within its radius, including
me. The effect will only be temporary. In theory, my CPU will recycle and boot up within 60 minutes.
So you'll be dead for 60 minutes.
Not dead, disabled. The blast will shut down the warbots long enough for you to reach the Planetary Defense Center. There should be plenty of ships there.
Sorry, but no way. New plan. We hunker down until Qwark and the others find us.
Ratchet, there is no time.
What happens if you don't reboot? What if the blast fries your sister board? What if it wipes your memory banks and you go the rest of your life thinking you're a typewriter?
You are right. Perhaps we need a new plan.
Thank you.
But that
And
was
Clank
just...
uses
That
as
was
a
just Clank to
distraction.
distract Ratchet, goddamn. And we get a 2-page spread about the whole EMP thing. Not sure if we needed necessarily that. Yes, it's to showcase how potent it is, the radius and everything, but I don't know. Feels like a waste of 2 pages.
How very super effective.
Clank? Clank, you there? Clank! Oh, pal. I thought I was supposed to be the reckless one. 60 minutes.
Using the clock, the stopwatch that Asimov had. Again, keeping as a keepsake. However, next page we cut back to Zogg's ship, specifically to Talwyn's cell, with a surprising visit.
Miss Apogee? What do you want? You must understand, he wasn't always like this. Before the election, he was kind and honest. He just wanted to keep people safe. Safe? He enslaved millions. Think of all those people down there right now who have to work for his sunlight. Power does funny things to people, I suppose. As chief warmonger, I share in the responsibility, but I think I'd like to go home now. You're not going to bite me again, are you?
Talwyn doesn't answer that, so yes, she probably is going to bite him again. Let's go with that headcanon, why not?
Careful, Ratchet, when you hook that one. She's a biter, apparently.
I mean, maybe he likes it, for all we know.
Anyway, back with Ratchet.
Finally.
Get to the spaceport.
What the?
Surface to space swarm. Please enter coordinates.
Hey, step away from the launch terminal.
And
Glam?
it's the Agorian warrior. Greetings,
He
Space
survived!
Rat. My hearts are filled with something akin to joy to see your life force has not been extinguished.
Thanks, I guess. What are you doing here?
Vanquishing the oppressor.
Oh boy. So yeah, he apparently survived and I guess got a ship all the way down there. Good for him.
Good for him. And apparently he's about to actually pulverize Zogg's ship. Speaking of which, once we cut back to Talwyn's escape attempt.
Where are we going? We keep our escape orbs stocked in this sector in case of emergency.
Unfortunately, oh my dear Unborn, I always knew there would one day be a worm in the apple, but I never thought it would be you.
Maybe the problem is you, Zogg, given how a corrupt politician like Firemix was saying, nope, you're too corrupt, I'll just do my proper regular labor.
Your war crimes charges could probably fill a whole novel.
Stand back! Stand back, or I'll...
You what, you spineless turncoat? Hit me with an omni-wrench? You'll never be in a physical fight in your entire miserable life.
You're right. I'm not a very good warmonger. I'm not a fighter. I'm a thinker. Always have been.
And he hits
Well-
a pipe of steam. That isn't smoke, it's steam.
Sometimes it's good to be a thinker. Run, Miss Apogee! We're almost through!
Get back, you fool!
Good thing he apparently has the same cape that Batman uses to shield stuff based off of how he's holding it up.
Although it looks more,
Really?
it does look more like the one from Doctor Strange. Anyway, we
Maybe
cut back.
we're in the middle of a DC Marvel crossover and we just don't know it.
Sure, why not? The Cosmic Egg is responsible for this. Anyway, cutting back to Ratchet and the General.
Just take it easy for a second, General. You can't fire those missiles.
Insanity! Of course we can! This is our chance, Space Rat. We can put an end to Artemis Sock's madness here and now. You and I.
A friend of mine is on that ship. If you fire those missiles, someone very dear to me will die.
So dear that she never showed up in the next game and you never contacted her.
But so dear that in the next panel, right under it, as we're escaping, the silhouette makes sure to focus a bit on Talwyn's ass.
Like, holy cow, that's quite an hourglass figure she's showing.
Her legs are literally forming a magnet shape. Like...
Turn right here!
She stole out the universe, enslaved millions, destroyed our battleplex. Oh yeah, the Agorian battleplex is gone, by the way. And you want me to spare him for the life of a single person?
I have a Cyranok shard. He can't hurt anyone else. Right, there, go!
I'm sorry, Space Rat, but that is a chance no Agorian will ever take. And
No!
and he smashes the big red button, because of course it is, which literally launches a volley of different shaped missiles, okay, right at the ship, pulverizing it. Target destroyed. Have a wonderful day. It's over, Space Rat. We have saved the universe. Well,
What cost?
Ratchet is double face-palming. Like, this is also a situation where Ratchet literally could have stayed in the bunker, like he suggested to Clank, and the outcome would have been the same. Oops.
Go figure.
But that's when Clank reboots properly.
Ratchet, what is wrong? Are there no suitable spaceships? Is everything all right?
No. Talwyn's dead.
Dun,
Well,
dun,
there you go. The
dun.
day is saved, but at a deep cost. You know the sad thing is, with how little Talwyn showed up after this, one would almost think that this was the ending proper. And
Thank God they
what-
did not kill her in the comic. So
can you imagine
Oh,
if they
jeez.
actually had Talwyn die in the comic, and like after that dark ending, we go to All for One, which is definitely a lot more lighthearted. Like Jesus. But yeah, this is actually an interesting change of pace. Instead of things seeming for the most part lost, aside from Talwyn dying, this does seem like a net game. Like, we got the shard back, and Zogg's apparently out of the picture.
It's not like there's an entire extra issue still to resolve this miniseries.
And yeah, it would kind of be unorthodox for a Ratchet and Clank plot to end, without us confronting the bad guy. And
Although, to be fair, Joe, but
into
this
range.
is kind of sort of how Tools of Destruction ended, with Clank being spirited away all of a sudden. It was a sequel hook, no more, no less.
Yeah.
Anyway, stay tuned tomorrow for the epic conclusion, to the comic series. See you for that.
Ta-ta for now.